us at Springfield Retail Center and transform your home today. Sukasa, personalizing your home.
Your style upgrade is here. J. Jamshed brings Spring Sale with up to 50% off on all items. From 23rd October to 3rd November 2024, drop in stores or online at ba.todayjamshed.com.
The Outreach Slice of Life campaign. Since its inception, our Slice of Life has touched the lives of countless individuals through our distribution to schools, old age homes, orphanages, and deserving families within our community. This initiative has been instrumental in alleviating hunger. For only 9 Rand a loaf, you will be providing a family with their daily staple, bread. Donate now on www.alansar.org.za or call Outreach on 031 208 1601.
The views and opinions expressed by the guest and presenters of Radio Al-Ansar are not necessarily the views and opinions of Radio Al-Ansar and the Al-Ansar Foundation.
Tune in to the Feel Good Friday with Bibi Amina Phili.
It's finally Friday again. Assalamu alaikum.
From South Africa to the world.
Let's go.
Don't miss out on Friday afternoon vibes like no other. Put it on and leave it on. Join us for inspiration and positivity from trailblazing guests to topics you want to hear. Your Friday just got better. Let's make the end of the week better together. Feel Good Friday with Bibi Amina Phili. Young, fresh and trending.
زينت السماء وضعت الجبال أمرت البحار وخلقت الجنان سيرت الكواكب أضأت النجوم فجرت الأنهار فأرحت القلوب وللعباد أنزلت الإسلام وللهداية أنزلت القرآن وبالسلام أرسلت.
Do I have a show for you today, or do I have a show for you today? Happy new month, Sanbanani Nonke, Ahlan wa Sahlan wa Marhaban Bikum. Of course, it's gone by a few minutes past the hour of 2 o'clock, and it's finally Friday again. So, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Of course, it is Bibi Amina Phili here, and I always say that I love my Friday afternoons because I, of course, get to spend it with you. Jummah Mubarak to you and yours, an exhilarating start to your weekend. Of course, it's 90.4 FM in Durban and 105.6 FM in Pietermaritzburg. And if you do not have the app by now, I cannot stress more. You need to download the app so you do not miss out on all the good stuff that we have to produce for you. You are watching us live on Facebook, YouTube, as well as Instagram. But what you can expect for the Feel Good Friday show today? Today we chat to Ebaide Joy Udoh, a young, amazing woman taking the leap and biking from Nigeria to Morocco. And a little bit later, we catch up with Mbongeni Anthony Mnisi, and we will be chatting to him about the SA aviation industry, the indirect black exclusion. And we have so much more that we're going to be chatting to you about, because if you have shopped at the Checkers Foods Kawi Park, today we're announcing the 7th winner. Yes, the 7th winner. So if you shopped and if you spent more than $400, and if you put your till slip within the box, the blue box, then you stand a chance to win fantastic prizes. That, of course, is a braai stand and an air fryer. So all that and more right here for your listening pleasure.
This is the Feel Good Friday with Bibi Amina Phili, only on your #1 radio station.
And since the clock striked, it's now time for our traffic update.
Feel Good Friday, traffic updates. Updates that help you plan your day like a boss.
And on the line, we have Officer Ngwane. Officer Ngwane, tell us what's happening on our roads.
Feel Good Friday. We're looking at entry eastbound. There by Spaghetti Junction, we've got a broken down truck there. It's causing a lot of congestion. Please make sure that you plan your time. We're looking at our ongoing road works between Pietermaritzburg and Durban, you will find that there is this road that has been narrowing, or the lane has been reduced. Please make sure that you adhere to the signs. And to also from Wamashu off-ramp to Umdloti off-ramp, we've got a similar problem. The road has been reduced. So we appealing to the driver, make sure that you use those information boards that are there for you to be used. And also take note of this. Tomorrow, 1400 hours, that will be afternoon, 1400 hours, the road, you're driving from town to N2, you're driving with, you are on the 3, you are going to take that flyover bridge that will take you to N2 towards Umhlanga. That bridge will be closed from 2 tomorrow in the afternoon, then up until Monday morning. It will be open Monday morning. That means you can use alternative route. If you're coming from Pavilion, you won't have a problem. From M7 towards Umhlanga, no problem. But when you're coming from Durban, joining N2, there will be a slightly problem because that road will be closed until Monday morning. Other than that, our roads for now are safe. Everything is flowing smooth. We appreciate what we see today for now. Hopefully it will be like this. I am Warrant Officer Ngwane. Have a lovely weekend. Enjoy. Thank you.
This is the Feel Good Friday with Bibi Amina Phili, only on your #1 radio station.
Of the day.
صلاة سلام على المصطفى رسول إمام بنور الصفا.
And of course, it's 90.4 FM in Durban, as well as 105.6 FM in Pietermaritzburg. Like I said, an exhilarating start to, of course, your weekend. Exciting stuff and exciting times to be alive. But of course, today, our very first guest we're going to be chatting to for the bike, right, and the tourist enthusiast. If you've ever imagined traveling across Africa on a bike, this is no doubt maybe an adventure for some, whilst the thought of this may drive some crazy. On today's show, we have a phenomenal woman who happens to be the first Black woman to ride on a bike from East to West Africa, covering 9 countries on her trip and spending a total of 3 months. And of course, we welcome to the Feel Good Friday, Ebaide Joy Udoh. Welcome, welcome. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well, thank you. How are you doing?
I'm doing absolutely fine. I can see you were actually on the road, so we're going to make this quick so you can get on your way, of course. But just to start this interview for this particular afternoon, what inspired you to do a solo bike ride from Nigeria to Morocco?
It's a feeling of feeling alive. You know, most of us go about our day the most basic of ways. We go to school, have a family, work, and then that's it. But I want something more. And so I want to express myself more. I want to live life to the fullest. And that was why I decided to embark on this journey. Nigeria to Morocco is just a continuation of the trip I started in Kenya. You know, I started in Kenya to Nigeria. So Nigeria to Morocco is just the second phase. It's like in bits. I don't want to say, oh, I'm traveling through the whole 54 African countries. That's scary, just thinking about it. But when I put it in bits, it's doable. So yes, it's just a continuation.
Okay, this is just the start of something amazing. Let's hope you're going to go further and travel around the entire world on your bike. And of course, we will support you.
Thank you.
What are some of the challenges or, you know, anticipated challenges on this trip?
Okay, the most challenging thing I encountered from Kenya to Nigeria was visa issues, because I had to get visas independently for each country, for every African country I visited. So that was a hassle, that was a problem. But for this trip, Nigeria to Morocco, I'll only have to get visas in Mauritania and Morocco, and those are the last 2 countries. So that's out of it, thankfully. What I think I'll suffer, what I think the most challenge would be the roads. even within Nigeria, it's a problem. It's nothing like what I've experienced before. The roads are crazy. I always knew that East African roads, it's not better than West African roads, but I've applied this road already. I've gone all the way to Sierra Leone in the past, back in 2018, from bus to bus. Of course, I didn't know how to buy a bike and then start riding a bike then. So yes, I already applied the road and I already have an idea of what it would be. And I think it would be a bit challenging, but thankfully the rains are not here anymore. So let's see.
Absolutely. Now, but what lessons, and I'm sure, in your previous traveling as well, you might have encountered it, but what lessons have you experienced in your Kenya to Nigeria trip? And will it be relevant in this journey to Morocco?
Absolutely. My Kenya to Nigeria trip was a huge lesson. I learned that anything we can't do as humans is because we don't have the will to do it. Most of our problems are man-made. Most of our problems are things we caused, and somewhere, somehow, there's a solution. My Kenya to Nigeria trip, it was my first trip. I couldn't even turn my bike. I was so new. I was struggling with my bike, but I still embarked on the journey because I thought it could be possible. And somehow it was possible against all odds, visa issues, being attacked by wild animals, insecurity and everything. And I still made it. So I realized that when I had a problem, while I'm thinking there is no solution, my brain is already thinking of the solution, and somehow a solution comes. So that is my slogan. Impossible is nothing. It's just right here on my bike. Go Ebaide, impossible is nothing. And that helped me get a slogan. The Kenya to Nigeria trip helped me get my slogan, because truly, impossible is nothing. Everything is possible.
And you are a powerhouse, and we are absolutely proud of you, and we wish you all the best for this particular trip. But absolutely. But are there any specific attractions or experiences you're looking forward to on your trip to Morocco?
Okay, so when we say travel, most people think tourist attractions, tourist sites is what traveling is about. The truth is, if I want to explore tourist sites, I'll take a plane and then I'll go, because most of these things are on the internet. Most tourist attractions in countries are on the internet. But my kind of travel, you almost won't find it on the internet, like what happens on the road. So my kind of travel is what actually happens on the road, not visiting the tourist sites to another. So I'm looking forward to exploring the roads in Africa, to showing people what it looks like exploring the roads in Africa, not carrying my bike to maybe a museum or something. That's not my travel niche. My niche is motorcycling and the road, yes. So that's what I'm looking forward to experiencing, what each country has in store for me. The challenges I'll face, the things I'll overcome. Those are the things I'm looking forward to. And this time I want to explore food more, because previously, I was coming from East Africa. I'd stayed there for a bit. So, and there isn't so much food in East Africa like West Africa. And I'm not saying it apologetically. Yes, there isn't. So I can't wait to explore West African foods.
Absolutely. And I think just to end the interview for this particular afternoon, I wish we could speak to you more, but I know that you need to be on your way. But of course, we've learned that you've traveled to, 21, countries, 60 cities in total. What is your most favorite city and why?
Okay, favorite city. Should we do country? Okay, city Luanda, country Angola. Angola gave me the most challenge and the most fun. Like in the beginning, I was crying every day, and then when I got to Luanda, oh my God, I definitely have to go back to that country. I had the best and worst experience there. So yes, it's top on the list. It's number one. I had the best experience in Angola.
Absolutely amazing. But Ebaide, where to from here?
Where to? I'm on a bike with someone. We are biking Morocco all the way. Now we are just going to another city with the person I'm with, but I'm solo traveling to Morocco through 15 countries.
Absolutely. Well, Ebaide Joy Udoh, thank you so much for joining us on the Feel Good Friday. I think that's what the show is all about, to show the feel good vibes. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you.
It's only a pleasure. Of course, you're listening to us live here, 90.4 FM in Durban and 105.6 FM in Pietermaritzburg. And just to remind you which show you're listening to.
This is the Feel Good Friday with Bibi Amina Phili, only on your number one radio station.
And I think on that note, let's go for a short ad break. Let's go and pay them bills. And when we come back, we're going to be chatting to another fantastic individual. Stay tuned.
Want to tantalize those taste buds? Halton's has you covered. From freshly baked treats to imported confectionery that brings international flavors right to your door. Indulge in our daily food menu, home industry goodies, and those household brands that you love, now with global twists. Visit Halton's at 358 Brickfield Road, open till 9 p.m. daily, or call us at 031-207-6108. Halton's, where every bite is a delight.
Sunnah a Day, proudly brought to you by Sunpick, 100% pure sunflower cooking oil. Sunpick, cook more with less.
What could you say? Where could you go? If time stops, you are standing alone. There'll be a light space you never seen before. I'm trying to tell you what you already know. Have you ever been this bad and pray as you cry? When did you apologize or ask him to guide you? Now you're standing in this place, it's time to show all the deeds that you've done before has been known. Yeah. وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا ربنا آتينا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا. What could I say? Where could I go? Where you're the most high, the king of that day. I'll be standing. Oh my, forgive me for my wrongs. Protect me. In your shades, don't let me slip away. Have you ever been this bad and pray as you cry? When did you apologize or ask him to go? Now you're standing in this place, it's time to show all the deeds that you've done before has been wrong. Yeah.
This is the Feel Good Friday with Bibi Amina Phili, only on your #1 radio station.
तू ही मेरी जिंदगी, तू ही मेरी आशिकी, तू जो मुझे मिल गई.
And of course, it's 90.4 FM in Durban and 105.6 FM in Pietermaritzburg. Of course, if you've just tuned in, you are listening to one of the best shows on Friday, and that is the Feel Good Friday with myself, Bibi Amina Phili, taking you up until 3 o'clock, where we're going to be saying ta-ta to you, Salamu Alaikum. I can see an individual comes bearing gifts, of course. Juma lunch on the way. Alhamdulillah. What have you had for your Juma lunch? Let us know via our WhatsApp numbers. It's 060-904-1056. Now, I'm sure if you've been watching, you've been listening, we've been going to checkers and we've been picking out a name every single week. Today, we're going to be looking forward to calling an amazing individual that obviously won the competition. It is the 7th winner for the checkers competition. What you simply had to do, you had to spend 400 Rand or more. You put your name, your till slip, of course, into the little blue box, and you stand a chance to win a braai stand or even an air fryer. And we had some exciting listeners that, of course, had won them as well. But of course, before we go and pick out the name, this is what we got up to at Checkers.
Miracles, but only in His name. We need you.
Hey,
And Assalamu alaikum. It's me again, and we are here at Checkers Foods, Kawi Park, your one-stop halal shop for everything that you need. Today we are here to pick another lucky name from the box. Is it you? Let's find out. And here we are, we're ready to find out if you are the lucky winner. Bismillah. Let's verify. Okay. All right. If you want to find out if you are the lucky winner, tune into my show, The Feel Good Friday, that comes on your airwaves between 2 and 3. See you there.
We want you, we serve you.
This is the Feel Good Friday with Bibi Amina Phili, only on your #1 radio station.
Of course, we do have a name, and we're going to be calling her right now. I think all the females are all lucky. It's ringing, guys. The anticipation. I don't know why I'm getting nervous. Oh, man. Let's go. If this one doesn't pick, we're going to go. Hello, assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam.
Am I speaking to Sister Tasneem Hussain?
Yes, correct.
Well, Sister Tasneem, I would like to say that congratulations, you've won yourself an amazing gift courtesy of Checkers.
Oh, thank you so much.
Congratulations indeed. So, whatever they're going to give you at Checkers, how are you feeling right now?
Nervous. I don't know why, but nervous.
But I don't hear the excitement. You should be jumping. Mommy, I
really am. Thank you so much.
It's only a pleasure. But now don't go again next week, and I'll put another, 700 Rand ticket in there, okay?
I only did it once.
You see, you only have to do something once to perfect it sometimes. Well, congratulations to the team.
Thank you so much.
It's only a pleasure. Always winners here on the Feel Good Friday. I think we should play that congratulations again.
Congratulations!
Well, if you want to be a winner, just like Tasneem and the others, of course, you can go down to Checkers Foods, Kawi Park, and of course, you can enter the Radio Al-Ansaar giveaway, and we're going to be looking for the 8th winner and the final one, and you have absolutely 1 week left to win. Hurry to Checkers Foods, Kawi Park, and shop. Put your till slip in the little blue box and win. That is absolutely it. So go to Kawi Park today, and they have fantastic butchery specials on this weekend with half lamb from just around about 18 Rand, 99 Rand per kg. And Checkers Foods Kawi Park is a national independent halal trust, halal certified, and across the butchery, bakery, and of course the deli. You're listening to the Feel Good Friday. Still lots to chat to, still lots to do, lots to go into, so don't go anywhere.
This is the Feel Good Friday with Bibi Amina Phili, only on your #1 radio station.
The names and attributes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is proudly brought to you by Turkey, the Modest Boutique, 580 Ridge Road, Demure Couture for the discerning.
I want you to imagine you get a full ride scholarship to the best university in the entire continent. And you look your parents dead in the eye and you say, I'm not going to go because I want to chase my dream playing video games or something like that. Well, how will your parents respond? What frustration and anger would they have? Whenever an amazing offer is presented and that person doesn't bite on the offer, it usually results in a lot of anger and frustration. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala makes us an incredible offer when it comes to our money. He says, "In tuqridullaha qardan hasana," if you loan Allah a beautiful loan, He will multiply it for you and forgive you your sins. Wallahu shakurun halim. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is shakur. He will increase you, and He is halim. He's the forbearing. He makes us this offer that He will give us more than what we offer in exchange. But we don't bite and we hesitate so much. It's an important verse for us to remember in Ramadan, and remember that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is so forbearing for us.
The names and attributes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is proudly brought to you by Turkey, the Modest Boutique, 580 Ridge Road, Demure Couture for the discerning.
Turkey brings to you the Modest Boutique, where elegance meets style and exclusivity meets you. Come in and view our personally handpicked range of exceptional quality garments for every occasion, from timeless classics to the latest trends in a range of fabrics to suit your taste. Abayas, top coats, dresses, scarves, and accessories. Let us bring out the diva in you. We offer you a truly relaxing shopping experience, secure on-site parking, open 7 days a week. Follow us on Instagram at Turkey_Dublin or call 083-786-1065. Turkey, demure couture for the discerning. 580 Ridge Road.
This is the Feel Good Friday with Bibi Amina Phili, only on your #1 radio station.
The Shahada, the Surah, the Zakat, the fasting,
My thing.
the Shahada, the Surah, the Zakat, the fasting,
My thing.
Topic of the day.
Everything I did just for her. She was my queen. My love was like a movie. Didn't wanna cut the thing. She was my day. I was her night. She was my right. I was her guy. She was my soul. I was her mate. We'd be together till the end. But then she took a knife to my back. She broke my heart into many pieces. You didn't know what to appreciate, but you wouldn't take away the pain. Nothing made no sense to me. She was meant for me. Yeah. Then my life took a crazy mad turn now. I hit rock bottom and I tapped out. My babe, got me through it. My babe, help me. Can I tell you something about this girl that I knew? She was so fake like a Tory and I knew that. But look at me, figured she was all that. Yeah. I was trapped in the Donya's left, and everything was a game. Dunya played me. Then I found my king's true love, and nothing ever was the same. Everything made sense to me. It was destiny. Yeah, I had to go through those ups and downs now. Then I found my Allah and I bowed down. My babe, got me through it. My babe, help me to it.
Tune in to the Feel Good Friday with Bibi Amina Phili.
It's finally Friday again. Assalamu alaikum.
From South Africa to the world.
Let's go.
Don't miss out on Friday afternoon vibes like no other. Put it on and leave it on. Join us for inspiration and positivity from trailblazing guests to topics you want to hear. Your Friday just got better. Let's make the end of the week better together. Feel Good Friday with Bibi Amina Phili, young, fresh and trending.
गम सभी राहतों तस्कीन में ढल जाते हैं गम सभी राहतों तस्कीन में ढल जाते हैं जब करम होता है हालात बदल जाते हैं आका इसमें अहमद का वजीफा है हर एक गम का इलाज इसमें अहमद का वजीफा है हर एक गम का इलाज लाख खतरे हो इसी नाम से टल जाते हैं जब लिया नामे नबी मैंने दुआ से पहले हो गई मुझ पे अता मेरी खता से पहले लाख खतरे हो इसी नाम से टल जाते हैं
ये नाम कोई काम बिगड़ने नहीं देता ये नाम कोई काम बिगड़ने नहीं देता ये नाम कोई काम बिगड़ने नहीं देता बिगड़े भी बना देता है बस नाम मोहम्मद लाख खतरे.
And of course, it has gone by a few minutes past the hour of 2 o'clock. Soon we're going to be saying Assalamu alaikum to you. But before we do that, we of course have the second topic for today. And today we're talking about South Africa's aviation industry, the indirect black exclusion. But of course, inequality in the South African aviation industry reflects a broader socio-economic disparities in the country, shaped by historical, political, as well as economic factors. Despite the progress made since the end of apartheid, significant challenges persist in achieving equity within the sector. Now, the aviation industry in South Africa has the potential to be powerful or be a powerful driver of economic growth and a job creation. Now, however, access to opportunities remain uneven among the black communities. Now, particularly for black women and historically disadvantaged groups, factors such as a lack of representation in leadership roles limit access to training and development, and as well as a socioeconomic barriers contribute to the persistent inequality. But of course, joining us on the line is an individual that's going to be giving us a bit more on this. And of course, joining me on the phone to discuss this further is a senior executive in the South Africa's aviation industry, Mr. Mbongeni Anthony Mnisi. Welcome to the Feel Good Friday.
Hi, Amina. How are you?
Fine, thanks. And you, sir? How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm hoping the listeners are also good as well. This nice Friday in the beginning of the month, a new beginning.
Absolutely. Happy new month to you, sir. But just to get straight into the interview for this particular afternoon now, the South African aviation industry is perceived as one of Africa's best. Can you share some of your experiences as a black South African within the industry?
Amina, this is a very interesting question, and this is a very broad question as well, because the aviation sector is very broad. It starts from ground operations, aircraft maintenance, flying, and above all, it connects people from all corners of the world, from the world to the continent. So with that being said, it also gives you the exposure to interact with different people from different tribes, different areas, different backgrounds. With that being said, within us in South Africa, our aviation space, there's still that gap, especially to get that black child being involved in the sector, to get that black child benefiting in this good sector. So it still remains as a challenge. One can draw back to say, because of apartheid, I seem to differ. In democracy, how old are we now? Close to 30-something years old since 94.
Absolutely.
With that being said, even if a child should have grown now. So there's so many of these challenges. Why are these challenges that we are still facing the black child? Remember, most of the black child in South Africa is coming from the rural area. Coming from the rural area, like myself, I also come from the rural area. The aircraft is flying 34,000 feet above you, meaning there's no way you can even see it. With that being said, as compared to that child who grew up in the urban area where it's closer to an airport, by the time it starts landing, the aircraft starts landing, he can already see, hey, there's something flying up there. It's landing. What is that? What is happening? So I can say that is the biggest challenge that we can say we're still facing in the industry.
Now, I have had a few flying experiences in South Africa, but of course, it's very uncommon to come across a South African black female pilot. So how do you assess the representation of women and historically disadvantaged groups in key roles within the industry?
That's very correct. It's very few. Even for the airline that I work for, I think with female pilots, I can count with my hand, and as compared to the white male pilots. It goes back to maybe to the point I discussed earlier to say, as a black child, it was made to be impossible for a black child to do it. It also go back to say, if you come from rural area, you can even hardly see an aircraft. You can even hardly touch it. You don't have not been inside the cockpit. It's instead of the black child, instead of the white child that might have been exposed. Secondly, this is a very expensive career. For you to obtain your pilot license now in South Africa, as basic as your PPL, your personal license, it's very expensive. It can cost you between 150 to 200,000 rand. Which child, a black child, do you think can have that? And that money will be required in a period of 6 months. And then further to that, you have to gain your experience in terms of flying to support you to be able to be employable. So, of course, it also comes with those challenges, which it makes it very difficult for us as a black child to even persuade, making worse for even a female as well to say, because it's still a male-dominated industry.
Absolutely, indeed. But what barriers do underrepresented groups face when entering or advancing in the aviation sector?
Remember, Amina and the listeners, this industry, I wouldn't say it was created for the white people, but in the past, it has always been white-dominated. But as time progresses, the black people are getting in there. Here are the two challenges that I always try to even to share with my colleagues, whoever I interact with. As a black child, everything that you do, we are proving somebody correct or wrong. So simultaneously, you are doing that. So as a black person joining in the industry, the first thing you need to prove yourself, besides doing the basic, what will a white individual will do, for you, you need to go extra mile. You need to go beyond, because there are people out there that believe black child is not good for this. That is telling me to say, everything that we do on our daily basis, we must always remember, if we are doing right, we are doing well, we are simultaneously proving somebody wrong or right. So with that being said, there are still those barriers. As a black person, you need to prove yourself daily. The moment you prove yourself, human factor, there's a term that we call in the industry called human factor, creeps in. You make a mistake. You make a normal mistake, like a normal human being will make. The moment you make that mistake, you say, anyways, what would you expect? He's not good enough. He shouldn't even be here in the first place. So while a black guy making a mistake, they say, no, take that as a learning experience. Can you see the gap is already on how these scenarios are always managed within the sector? So that becomes a challenge.
Absolutely. It's so true what you've just mentioned. But according to Mpho Letlape, the South Africa's airline's human resource executive, the airline is, of course, a non-discriminatory, non-racial, equal opportunities employer with strategic transformational role. Now, one truly representative of the South Africa's diversity. However, when one looks at the stats, the figures, of course, prove otherwise. But for example, the data provided by the Civil Aviation Authority shows that the vast majority of pilots in the country are white, and that's exactly 82.2%. By comparison, just 7.1 pilots are black South Africans, while Khaleds and Indian pilots make up a combined 3%. What innovative practices could be adopted to promote equity and, of course, inclusion in aviation?
Amina and the listeners, my personal opinion around that, it needs to go back to the basics. It needs to go back to that primary school at Ntuzuma, to that black child in Ntuzuma in that primary school, combined school, to be told that there is another opportunity in the aviation sector. So that way, I think we need to go start. Because if you only hear about it at a very later stage of your growth to know, hey, there's aviation, I can be a cabin crew, I can be a pilot, I can, again, you cannot only be a pilot. There are so many opportunities, cabin crew, aircraft maintenance engineer, some working in the background for chefs, some working in the ground operations. So there are some of the, so for me, I still believe for this to be changed, the most innovative ideas, we need to go back to the basics. And I like what is our Civil Aviation Authority under the leadership of member Poppy Koza. what she have done. The Civil Aviation Authority, they are making the drive, they are making the effort, they are going back to the schools, they are taking black young pilots, taking them with. Come talk to the students as down as grade 7 to say there is a career in this line. And then with that being promoted and then getting the financial support, because again, the child can have the dream, the child can achieve the required maximum results for you to have your maths and science, your English, to be accepted in this industry. But if we still don't have the financial support, which can even come from the banking sector, can come from the government, can come from whatever corners, even individuals, let's say Mbongeni as I am, if I have to make an effort to say, let me at least support one child's dream to persuade this industry. So I think those are the two core things that I still believe we need to start before we even get to say, do we have enough pool? You know what Mem Mpo is saying there? It's correct. Again, where is the pool? Where are the pilots? You go to each and every flying school from Limpopo to Cape Town. Everywhere you go, you're only going to find the majority of being a white person. So with that being said, even the one that are going to graduate at the end of the day, obtain the required license and flying times to be employed or being an engineer, still going to be the white guy because they're the only ones that are there already training towards this career. So yeah, without trying to elaborate more further, but along those lines, let's go back to the school. Let's promote. Let the black child know there is an opportunity. On my side, I'm already doing that every day. Every son that I come across, I tell there's an opportunity. Even now, I was at DUT not long ago talking to their 30 years, telling them how does quality applies in the aviation sector.
Absolutely. So basically, it's going back to the basics. But what changes do you foresee in the aviation industry that could impact inequality in the coming years?
Trying to elaborate on the point above, it goes back to say, we will not be able to have that impact as long as the pool is not enough. The pool of available black pilots, the pool of available black AME engineers, cabin crew, as long as that pool is still not enough to be able to be selected based on merit. It's still like now in the company I was working for, we're looking for cabin crew. 12 of them came for the interview. From the 12, automatically, more than 80%, it's a white child. Can you see already it's still hard unless we have the pool being expanded, being grown enough to select, and let everyone that persuade this do that on merit.
Absolutely. Now, for the non-white South African youth willing to take up a career within the aviation industry, what advice can you offer in respects to, obviously, motorships, scholarships?
The first advice, that's a very interesting question. And again, an advice you can share, the person that's being advised can either take it or leave it. But the first important element here is to believe as a black child that you are good enough. Is to believe that you are not inferior. To believe that the color of your skin, it doesn't determine what you can do and what can you not do. And then again, to come with a humble and learning attitude. Remember, the white guys have been doing this for years. I have a son who is 5-year-old. Now and then, I take him to the office. He has already been inside the cockpit. He already knows this is a joystick, this is a brake, this is how you start an aircraft, this is a procedure. He already knows certain things. This is the cockpit, this is the whatever it can be. What I'm trying to say, as long as that has not been given as a platform for everyone to do that, it's still going to be a problem. I was in Pietermaritzburg Airport and on the 30th of October. It was so interesting to see a school, just I didn't get the name of the primary school. They came to bring their children to the airport, to even see the infrastructure, to see aircraft taking off, see aircraft taking off or landing, all those little things. It brings something in the child's mind. So above all, to say, you need to believe as a black child, to say, you are capable, this can be done, Given the right time platform, you can achieve it. The Civil Aviation Authority have issued bursaries earlier in the mid-year to train people towards this, and even individual personnel, which I think they need to be touched to say, Mbongeni, God has blessed you in a certain way. Can you change this child's life in whatever at whatever angle it can be to join the industry?
Absolutely. Well, I think we've come to the end of this amazing interview, Mr. Mbongeni Anthony Mnisi. Thank you so much. Mnisi, sorry. Thank you so much for joining me on the show today.
No, thanks very much. Don't worry. Even if you say Msibi, my mother's surname is Msibi, so I'm still within the family.
Absolutely. Of course, it's 90.4 FM in Durban and 105.6 FM in Pietermaritzburg. You're listening to the Feel Good Friday right here for your listening pleasure.
The views and opinions expressed by the guest and presenters of Radio Al-Ansaar are not necessarily the views and opinions of Radio Al-Ansaar and the Al-Ansaar Foundation.
This segment is brought to you by Kenfield Auto, your RMI approved service and repair specialist. 236 Brickfield Road, Overport. Kenfield Auto.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. ربنا وأدخلهم جنات عدن التي وعدتهم ومن صلح من آبائهم وأزواجهم وذرياتهم إنك أنت العزيز الحكيم وقهم السيئات ومن تق السيئات يومئذ فقد رحمته وذلك هو الفوز العظيم.
Tune into the Feel Good Friday with Phili.
It's finally Friday again. Assalamu alaikum.
From South Africa to the world.
Let's go.
Don't miss out on Friday afternoon vibes like no other. Put it on and leave it on. Join us for inspiration and positivity from trailblazing guests to topics you want to hear. Your Friday just got better. Let's make the end of the week better together. Feel Good Friday with Bibi Amina Phili, young, fresh and trending.
صلاة سلام على المصطفى رسول إمام بنور الصفا صلاة سلام.
Just a few minutes to spare, and soon we're going to be saying Assalamu alaikum to you. But before we love and leave you, some amazing messages have come through on our WhatsApp line. And if you want your message to be read on air, feel free. We can make you feel good this Friday and read it. Of course, it's 90.4 FM in Durban and 105.6 FM and all around the world on audio stream. Messages coming through here. It says, Assalamu alaikum. How are you? Love the Feeling Good Friday. Love your program. It is dal and rice for you on Friday. Oh, why didn't you invite me home, man? I would love some dal and rice now. It'll go down really well. Another message come through here. It says, Salams, listening to you, Amina. You definitely make us feel good on a Friday. Love and du'as, Ruwaida Umar. Thank you so much for listening. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reward you and allowing me to keep you company for these amazing hours. Another message comes through here. It says, Assalamu alaikum, the Bibi Amina, amazing show, fantastic guests, so informative. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala take you from strength to strength. Jazakallah so much to you amazing individuals. Let's see how quick we can do this. We basically have like 2 minutes left. There is the Nath and Nasheed event that's taking place. If you want to go for the Nath and Nasheed competition, all you simply have to type in our WhatsApp line right now is Nath and Nasheed Feel Good Friday. All you simply need to type is Nath and Nasheed Feel Good Friday. So it's going to be a Nath and Nasheed event. That's going to be taking place on the 10th of November, 2024. Beautiful Sunday afternoon. There's going to be some fantastic women reciting. It's going to be a ladies only event. And if you want to attend this event, I will be reciting. Ria Muhammad will be reciting. A few leading ladies around Durban are going to be reciting as well. And it's just a nice, spiritually uplifting afternoon that I think we all need. You know, women, we wear so many hats. Sometimes it's just, good to just take a step back from everything and just say Alhamdulillah indeed. All right, so it's, we've come to the end. Tobega? We've come to the end. Tobega wants me to go. She already wants me to go. But I just want to mention, yesterday we had something amazing. We celebrated the 4th birthday of Urban Woman by Razia Rangridge. And alhamdulillah, it was such an amazing event, meeting all you fantastic women that came through in their numbers, of course. And it was just amazing. So I would like to say on my end, well done and congratulations to Razia on that. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala take you from strength to strength, and well done to Bega on producing a sterling show each and every day. I would say you've just obviously you've grown a lot, and we are indeed proud of you. But I think it's about that time where I have to say assalamu alaikum. Those of you who messaged me on the WhatsApp line, congratulations, you win yourself a free ticket to the Nath and Nasheed event from my side and the team. If you listen, you learn. If you don't listen, of course, you will not learn from my side. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Tune in to the Feel Good Friday with Bibi